Lately, our world has been limited. Jobs have been lost. Schools have been closed. Inequality and anguish have boiled over. But through it all, there's a place that's been there for our kids and communities. At Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver, we teach kids to believe in themselves. We help them overcome the obstacles they face in their young lives, and we empower them to achieve their greatest potential. We believe that every child deserves this chance. This has been our mission for nearly 60 years. Throughout the pandemic, our clubs have provided families with essential needs. We've helped our kids continue to learn, and we've kept providing a place where kids can be safe and successful. We will keep teaching and learning the lessons of resilience. Our clubs have always been a beacon of light for the kids who need us most. Tonight, we share that bright light with you. Welcome to the Boys and Girls Clubs Gala Remixed, presented by RBC Wealth Management. Our MC for this evening is one of our outstanding club kids, Darius.
Hi everyone, my name is Darius and I am excited to welcome you to the Boys and Girls Clubs Gala Remix. We have a really special night planned for you. You'll hear from CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs, Aaron Portilles, and our presenting sponsor, RBC Wealth Management. We will also have a musical performance from Nathaniel Rateliff, and most importantly, you get to hear from club kids like me. Tonight, I'm here at my club, the Vickers Club. It's one of 22 Boys and Girls Clubs all over Denver. I'm in 8th grade, and I've been a club member for 4 years. I'd love to show you around. Follow me. Now, I'd like to introduce you to Aaron Portilles, CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver.
Thank you, Darius. I'm so happy to be here with you and all of our guests this evening. First, I hope that each of you watching tonight is safe and healthy. I know that we have all weathered unimaginable change and uncertainty in 2020. When the year began at Boys and Girls Clubs, we were serving thousands of kids every weekday at more than 20 clubs across our city. Then, exactly 6 months ago today, on March 11th, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic. In Denver, businesses and schools began to shut down, and stay-at-home orders soon followed. In the 6 months since then, we have all learned exactly what we teach our club kids every day: resilience. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we immediately started innovating, adapting, and problem-solving. We knew we had to respond to the urgent needs of the crisis that our families were facing. We learned that more than half of our parents and caregivers were essential workers, requiring them to leave the home and oftentimes leave children unattended. We learned that there was immense demand for food and basic hygiene essentials. And we uncovered that many families lacked technology, devices, and the ability to support virtual learning for their children. Within days of hearing these heartbreaking stories, we responded. In April, we launched the Emergency Family Assistance Fund. We partnered with Food Bank of the Rockies to deliver food and essential supplies to thousands of families across the city. We rapidly expanded our virtual programming for all 10,000 of our club members to be able to access. and we co-led a community-wide coalition of youth providers, public educators, and a major private foundation to organize and innovate rapid summer response programs and begin identifying anticipated gaps for the fall school year. In June, we joyfully reopened 9 of our clubs. Our kids ran, jumped, and skipped back through our doors, where we were just as happy to see them. With new programming, face masks, and all the health and safety precautions in place, we provided essential support for families this summer, allowing parents to go back to work and kids to be able to thrive. Our work never stopped, and it won't stop now. As we begin the school year, we're continuing our virtual programming. We're in the early stages of operating remote learning centers to help kids, parents, and teachers during the school day. And our classic after-school services will continue at more than 20 clubs, with safety as our top priority every step of the way. Though so much has been uncertain in the past 6 months, the commitment of our supporters has been steadfast. On behalf of our kids and our dedicated staff who inspire and guide them, we want to acknowledge and thank our generous gala sponsors.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, RBC Wealth Management.
Thank you to our visionary sponsor, Suncor.
Thank you to our diamond sponsors, Bartlett Beck, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Charles Schwab, Maztec Advanced Technologies, Planet Fitness.
Thank you to our gold sponsors for helping us through COVID. Silver sponsors, you're great.
Thank you to the bronze sponsors.
Thank you to our table sponsors.
Thank you to all our sponsors for supporting the Boys and Girls Club.
The Boys and Girls Club is fantastic.
It just brings a smile to my face every day. At the club, it feels really different than other places. Like I feel I can be myself, and there's people that I know will help me.
I know that I can confide in them and I can trust them with what I have to say, and I know that they'll give me good advice.
I was kind of like in darkness, but when I went to Boys and Girls Club, a lot of people there like helped me.
They push you out of your comfort zone. Making sure I was involved in the programs and staying by my side and like letting me know that I can rely on them for anything.
It's important for people to invest in the Boys and Girls Club and constantly support it because it's helping so many kids change their future and stay out of trouble. Honestly, I don't really know if I'd be here. The Boys and Girls Club has definitely saved my life in many ways. For me, going to the Boys and Girls Club really opened my mind to, new challenges, to the idea of being limitless.
Tonight, we are especially grateful for the unwavering support from our Gala Remixed presenting sponsor, RBC Wealth Management. I am honored to introduce Boys and Girls Club board member and Senior Managing Director for RBC, and my dear friend, Dan Ball.
Normally when you walk into a club, it's pretty exciting. It's usually full of energy with kids running around, having fun, or sitting in front of a computer with a tutor, doing schoolwork or eating a meal or doing an art project. So I think it was hard when we had to shut the clubs down for a period during COVID. And I know how excited all of the kids and the staff were when we were able to at least reopen to some level. But having a place for them to be safe, and have someone to look after them and mentor them, help them grow. It's unbelievable. And when that void's there, it's noticed. RBC's strategy really from a charitable giving, investing in the community perspective is to be involved with those organizations that our employees are engaged and involved with. It kind of goes back for me a long way. Where I grew up, small town, rural Montana, we didn't have a Boys and Girls Club, but we had a place for us, for the kids to go, be safe and hang out and stay out of trouble. It kept us busy, kept us from trying to find stuff to do that maybe wouldn't have been in the best interest of myself or the community. I was on a Boys and Girls Club board in Montana before I moved to Colorado. Reached out to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver and kind of started getting involved with, spending time, volunteering, doing those things, and ultimately became a board member of the Metro Denver organization. We decided as a group that we were going to continue to support the youth of Denver, whether COVID was here or not. And that takes a lot of planning, a lot of strategy, a lot of complying with all of the rules. I'm sure it's been a huge undertaking. I know they've worked extremely hard to make sure they're serving these kids. Obviously, a lot of times these kids have a lot of uncertainty in their life, right? They don't know where their next meal is going to come from for sure. Maybe they're a single parent family. And so I think the club does bring some certainty into their life, some consistency into their life. And they really look up to these staff members and directors of these clubs as somebody they can trust and engage with and share with and really uncover what's bothering them. And so when you hear these kids talk and they say, when I first started to come into the club, I never envisioned that I would be able to accomplish this, whatever this is. And so I think it just opens their eyes and presents them with things that they've never dreamt of before. Thank you, Aaron, and thanks for letting us be a part of this great event and also be involved with the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Denver. And thanks to your leadership team, all of the staff, the volunteers, the board of directors, and everybody that's with us tonight. A special thank you for allowing us to continue to support these kids the way we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Tonight we ask ourselves, what does it mean to be limitless? It doesn't mean that we'll live without barriers or obstacles, and it doesn't mean that everything will be easy. Our club kids will be the first to tell you that, because more than 90% of our kids are growing up in poverty. They face barriers and inequities every day. They face a world that too often tells them that they can't or won't overcome the unfair circumstances of their lives. Yet we believe that kids will become whatever they want to be, and the clubs are going to be there to guide them and nurture them through their most impressionable years. This means that the child who walks through our doors with an empty belly and an insatiable appetite for knowledge re-enters their world a few hours later, nourished by a hot dinner and the satisfaction of mastering a homework problem, scoring their first goal, or learning how to resolve an internal conflict. Together, we are inviting that shy teenager to come out of their shell and blossom into an artist, an athlete, and a leader among their peers. Your commitment allows our dedicated staff to continue to adapt, creating programming that reaches our kids during the school day, at home, and in the clubs, providing safety and consistency in a time that feels anything but normal. And tonight, your support shows that you also believe that every child has the right to achieve their greatest potential. It shows that you know by changing the trajectory of just one life, you can change the world. This year, Boys and Girls Clubs are more important than ever before, because in a world that has been turned upside down by a pandemic, we are here. In a time when our country is incredibly divided, we are focused on serving, protecting, and empowering those who have had less power or privilege, just as we have for the last 60 years. The clubs are a place of refuge, safety, and support for all members of the Denver community, including those who are Black, Indigenous, or people of color, members of the LGBTQ+ community, and those who are discriminated against for their nationality, country of origin, or religion. We will rise above the limits that we face as a global community at this pivotal moment in history. To each of you watching tonight, thank you for your hope, your optimism, and your resilience. Thank you for your choice to help brighten the futures of Denver kids through Boys and Girls Clubs. I am now thrilled to introduce internationally acclaimed recording artist Nathaniel Rateliff. Nathaniel is a Denverite and a supporter of Boys and Girls Clubs. Music transformed his life as a small-town kid growing up in Missouri, and now he has a dedicated following within the Denver music community and across the world. Tonight, he's going to perform exclusively for us. Welcome, Nathaniel.
It ain't alright, the hardness of my head. Now close your eyes, spin around, say hard times that you could find, and it ain't the way that you want. But it's still alright. Late at night, you lay around wondering, they're counting all the lines. It ain't so funny now. Said times are hard, you get this far, but it ain't the way that you want. I'll be damned if this old man don't start to counting his losses. But it's still alright. See, you learn a lot out there, wild to scorch and burn. Gonna have to bury old friends, then you find it gets worse. We're standing out on a ledge with no way to get down. You start praying for wings to grow. Baby, just let go. Ain't alright, keep spinning out ahead. And it was cold outside when I hit the ground. Say I could sleep here, forget all the fear. Baby, it would take time to grow. Maybe I don't know. I hate tonight, think about it. Remembering all the times pointing out, say, glass is clear, but all this fear starts leaving a mark. Idle hands are all that stands from your time in the dark. But it's still alright. What makes you sad? What makes you blue? I'm all in rags with nothing to lose. We could traverse and find a way through. Land in the grass and start acting like fools. You're a prisoner by day, is that what you choose? Stand in the water, baby, it'll get you through tonight. Raz, who starts to cool? You went on a fast with no weight to lose. You said you would learn off of the booze. Came over drunk to lay on the truth. You're a prisoner by day, expecting to lose. Stand in the water, baby, it'll get you through tonight. came in the front to sneak back in the room with all of your friends and all attitude. Went into a lounge while playing it cool. Said, come here close and I'll lay on the truth. You're a prisoner by day, expecting to lose. Stand in the water, baby, it'll get you through tonight. You're a prisoner by day, is that what you choose? Stand in the water, baby, it'll get you through tonight. Thank you. In other words, I would be with you. In other nights, I think I've seen you. Caught on a way, I do not own you. And you relax, knowing the way I do. I do for you, and all that I've seen through, I do for you. All again. Another night, you said your feet would move so fast you couldn't see. Gone are the days when you could start ahead and out on me. And all the lights, and on the nights you said they're here now. I recall the time that you were mine. All the time you bared your teeth, there's always just a smile for me. Recall a time you remain, all the time you bared your teeth, was always just a smile for me.
Next up, I'd like to introduce you to our citywide Senior Youth of the Year winner, Janaea. She has been a club member for 10 years and has become a true leader in the club and community.
I like to bake because it brings the family together, and I like to see people's reactions of like what I did by myself. Strawberry shortcake, chocolate cake, vanilla cake, angel food cake, a lot of cakes.
When I first met Janaea, she was a young kid about 10 years ago. She's very active, wanted to participate and be a part of everything. Even if it was all boys, she would be in there playing with the boys, and you know, that would help other girls to see that and participate.
Basketball was one of the first things I got into, and I was like, oh my gosh, I won. Oh my gosh, I'm good at something. So I played a lot. At first, I didn't know anything about it. There was like one vivid memory that I have when I was younger and I was still learning how to play. And I like grabbed the ball, I got it, and I just ran with it. And they were like, beep, blow the whistle. I'm like, nope, I'm not stopping, I'm shooting this basket. I'm not stopping for you.
Not once have I ever seen her, you know, get on somebody because they made a mistake or whatever. You know, she would just continue, you know, and you continue to move forward and take that next step.
I grew up in the Westwood area. It is not the safest neighborhood, to say the least. It's a neighborhood where like drugs and alcohol are popular. Not popular, but like in use, you know. Maybe 3rd or 4th grade was when I started running away. So then I came over here more often. They just like hated being home. So I always came over here and I was like, all these people are smiling around me, and I was like, they make me feel welcome. And I'm like, as a kid, why would you want to leave that? Like, you're not getting attention at home, but you're getting attention here. Like, why would you want to leave that? Everything was fine in like elementary, except my dad going in and out of prison. So I didn't really he didn't really pick me up from school, or like, he didn't really be there for a lot, you know?
I know they have their own struggles, you know, her parents, her grandparents and everything, but at the end of the day, she doesn't bring that here. You know, she doesn't bring that here, and she just, whatever she's doing, and we preach all the time, you know, this is where you could leave your problems outside. When you're here, you don't have to worry about that here. You know, you're hungry, we'll feed you. You know, you're sad, we'll lift you up.
When I was younger, a lot of people let me down, or there was just a lot of negativity in my life. So I feel like when I see that in my head, I'm like, okay, there's just like gray, black, red, and I'm like, just really dark, gloomy colors. And I'm like, okay, so that's how I came to the club. But the more I talked to staff, the more friends I made, like the more I would laugh and just forget about all my problems at home. I kind of just started thinking like more vibrant colors and happy colors. Because not all the colors are the same. Just like people, we're not all the same. We all experience things very differently. Those experiences helps your canvas be super unique. Like, you're never gonna have the same life as someone else. I want kids to like math now, because a lot of kids don't, especially in like lower income communities. They struggle with math and reading the most. So that's where I got the idea to become a teacher, specifically a math teacher. If I can inspire them to know that I don't have to agree with the life that my parents choose for me, and that you can achieve what you want to if you put your mind to it, no matter the background you came from. I was like, because I didn't have the best background, I was like, I could have easily gave up and could have just not give a care in the world and then get bad grades, or just be that clown who just doesn't do anything, you know?
She still has more to do and more to learn, and I think it's just going to be exciting when I see that.
I want to be that person who wants to inspire that little kid to do what they want to do and to not lose their dreams or hopes or faith.
Janaea reminds us that every child carries the seeds of limitless potential with them. Sometimes that bright potential is invisible. Sometimes it's clouded by the need to merely survive. When children walk through the doors of our clubs, they are full of potential, and we're here to remind them of it, to foster it, and often we are here to restore it. We invite you to join us. Let's make sure that every child can paint their life in all of the colors. Let's make sure that we can deliver on our promise that every child deserves to be vibrant and bright. And our promise to you, our community of champions and supporters, is that we will continue to adapt. We will push ourselves to innovate. And it's with your support tonight and in the days ahead that allows us to do this vital work with thousands of children in the Denver community. Thank you for tuning in and joining us tonight. I long for the day when we can reconnect again in person. We all look forward to the day when we can gather together again in our clubs to experience the joyful mission of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver through the eyes, hearts, and minds of our club kids. And until that day, we will continue to share our kids' stories of resiliency and hope with you through our social media, phone calls, and video. Together, we are making the promise of a brighter future a reality for Denver's children. Thank you.
This has been such an amazing night. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Your support for the clubs makes a huge impact on every club kid like me. Thanks for helping us to become limitless. Have a great night, everyone.
To do now.